Hello gamers, I am Mike TheZorch, and today I'm doing a somewhat different video today than what I usually do. There's no gameplay today, but the next video from this series will be that I want to talk about a movie I recently watched. I finally got to see the Super Mario Brothers movie, and I have to say, it was good. It was very good. We finally get actually good, entertainment for once out of Hollywood. And I have to say one thing, Illumination is outdoing Pixar in the area that Pixar is supposed to be experts at. They are just absolutely killing it with the CGI. It was absolutely perfect work by them. I mean, they're the people that did Despicable Me and the Minions movies, so, you know, no big surprise there. But it was a great film. There was absolutely none of that BS wokeness in it. And the only thing that was slightly off was that Princess Peach was maybe a little bit, her voice was a little bit deeper than usual. She's usually more, you know, higher pitched and demure than she was in the film. She wasn't a girl boss, as a lot of people feared she would be. You know, she wasn't exactly the damsel in distress, but you know, in the Mario games, she's not always that. Sometimes, you know, she gets in there and she tangles with the bad guys as much as Mario does, especially in Mario 2 and some of the other Mario games. And Luigi was done extremely well. This was basically a bunch of Super Mario Easter eggs wrapped around a movie. One big cutscene, basically. And it was for the fans. It was nostalgia. If you are familiar with any of the Mario games, they had the Shy Guys from Super Mario 2. They had Diddy Kong had a cameo. They had the kart racing from Diddy Kong Racing and Mario Kart. God, what else? They had the the mushroom that shrank you down really small from the later Mario games, from the stuff for the 3DS and stuff on the, I think it's on the 3DS. The ones that shrink, the 3DS and the Wii, where you get shrunk really small in the Mario games. I'm not as familiar with those because I hardly ever played those. Most Mario games I played was on the NES, Super NES, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64. Did I say Super Nintendo twice? I think I did. But N64. Didn't play it as much on the Wii. Never owned a 3DS. And Tygra's the only one who owns a Switch. Here and now. Actually, no, Tygra and Dave own a Switch, but Dave never uses his. And Tygra uses his a lot. But there's just callbacks to all of those. They had the penguins. Let's see, they were from, I know they were from some other Nintendo game. It was from way back in the NES days. But I think they also made cameos in some of the Mario games. They had them. They had, you know, the little star creature. I love the little star creature, where he's just this total downer. He's like saying these really dark things, but he's doing it with this real cutesy kid's voice. Everybody's just telling him, "Please stop. We're depressed enough already." That was hilarious. I have to say one thing. The one thing that was the really big standout for this, actually two things that were really big standouts for this. One, Jack Black nailed it with the voice of Bowser. I think they were artificially deepening his voice a little artificially, but he nailed it as Bowser, and the parts where the singing parts with him You know, his time with Tenacious D, you know, being used very well there. He just nails it. And Chris Pratt really impressed me. He did a decent Mario. Very decent Mario. I know Martinet was in the film. He normally voices Mario in the games, but he was in the film. You know, Mario with Parthenax in Skyrim? He did that incredibly deep voice, yet he's mostly known for doing an extremely high-pitched voice as Mario in the games. Like, damn. But he had, I didn't know what role he had. Martinet had a role in the movie. I think it was just a cameo as a character. I liked the Kong version, the Kong's half of the film. I thought that was really well done. What I think they really could have done would have been a nostalgic coup, and the fans would have loved it, is if they had brought back the original voice cast for the CG animated Donkey Kong Country series from TV. If they had brought them in, you know, Cranky Kong and Donkey Kong's original voice actors from that series. That would have been awesome if they had brought them all in, even for Diddy Kong. That would have been great. That would have been an actual great, you know, love letter to the fans. Hey, these are the original voice actors for these characters from the TV series, but they probably couldn't have gotten them back, and some of them might not even be around anymore. Don't know. But it would have been great. But the voice actors they did choose, Cranky Kong wasn't as old, didn't sound as old as I would have liked him to have sounded, but he was still pretty good. Donkey Kong's was on point. Donkey Kong's was great. Chris Pratt as Mario was great. I mean, his voice was just perfect. Toad was a little badass, and his voice was just perfect. His voice was perfect. Now, and the whole movie was great. It wasn't a perfect film. It wasn't a perfect movie, but it wasn't trying to be. It was trying to be a kids movie, but also something that adults liked. And that's something Illumination has perfected. Because they make a movie, they make them for kids, but they also make them that would, in a way that would appeal to adults. And they have become masters at that, even more so than Pixar. Because as I said, they're stealing Pixar's thunder with this. Seriously. They're just seriously stealing their thunder with this movie. Just completely showing them up, considering the junk that they have released the past few years. Just Illumination is just beating them just mercilessly with this. And we're going to be getting more, because with this being successful, this opens the door, because there have been rumors about this and a lot of talk that they're looking at doing a Nintendo cinematic universe thing, sort of like the MCU, where we will get movies based on other Nintendo games. Like there's been talk about a Donkey Kong or Donkey Kong Country movie. That would be incredible. I would watch the hell out of it. I would watch a Diddy Kong racing movie. You hear me, Illumination? I would watch a Diddy Kong racing movie. Make that. And a Metroid movie. You want to talk about a strong female character? Well, Samus Aran. You want to talk about a really strong one? Yeah, not Rey Palpatine, but Samus. Yes. We're talking a real strong woman there. Actual, properly strong female character. That would be badass. Not just Metroid, also Zelda. The Legend of Zelda. That's another possibility. And considering how the past two Zelda games have gone, especially this latest one, the Tears of the Kingdom, and how cinematic some of the cutscenes in that are. It's like, if Illumination does this right, and they have gone beyond respecting the source material, with this film, I am confident that they will do a very good job making movies based on other Nintendo properties like Donkey Kong, Metroid, Legend of Zelda, Pokemon. Imagine Illumination doing an animated Pokemon. Imagine Ash, an untold story of Ash Ketchum in CG style like the Mario movies. They already did a live action. I have not seen that film. I have not seen the live action one with Ryan Reynolds in it as Pikachu. I haven't seen that. But imagine Illumination doing a Pokemon movie at the same quality as the Super Mario Brothers movie. And the success of this film, the first video game movie to hit $1 billion worldwide. Imagine it. So this opens the doors to a Nintendo cinematic universe. And based on how this film came out, I'd have to say Nintendo's gonna make a lot of money. They are going to make bucket loads of cash. Oh, they're just gonna make bucket loads of money. So I really look forward to it. I look forward to seeing what Illumination and Universal can do. If they keep up this level of quality, if they keep up with pleasing the fans rather than telling the message, but if they continue to please the fans, they continue to scratch that nostalgia itch and keep giving us these Easter eggs and everything, and make movies that the fans want to see, they're gonna make heaps of money, and they're gonna make some of the best video game movies we've seen in decades. There have not been very many good video game to live action adaptations. There have hardly been any at all. There have been as few of those as there have been good live action anime adaptations. Probably the best I've ever seen is Space Battleship Yamato. That was one of the best live action adaptations I've ever seen. Ghost in the Shell was really disappointed in that. I love Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. The live action version of Ghost in the Shell was really, really just not there. Not there. I've never seen Dragon Ball Revolution. I don't want to. I have heard enough about it to know I really don't want to. I saw the Fullmetal Alchemist live action movie. It was very low budget. It was made not by Hollywood, it was made in Japan. The Japanese, they don't always make the best live action adaptations themselves either, except for Yamato. Space Battleship Yamato. That was really, really good. That was the best I've seen. But getting back to the video games movies, Super Mario Brothers is the best video game live action adaptation I have ever seen, and I've seen a few. Some of them were hit or miss, but this is the best I have ever seen. And the success of this film, if the success of this film means that we get more, then I'm all for it. I'm going to go see them. You should go see them while they're still in, if they're still in theaters to where you're at. definitely go. It is worth it. It is a movie for the fans, not for activists. Finally, a movie for the fans. Anyway, I've been Mike TheZorch. We'll be getting back to the games in the next video. See you on Friday.